Have you ever lain awake at night, wondering if you're doing everything you can to wake up feeling good the next day? Maybe you've heard those stories, like the one about that 73-year-old man who passed away in his sleep, and it's got you thinking about your own bedtime habits. After 70, sleep isn't just about resting. It's about keeping yourself strong, healthy, and ready for whatever tomorrow brings. I've had those moments myself, tossing and turning, wondering if something I did before bed might be working against me. It's not about fear, it's about wanting to make these years as vibrant as they can be. That's what we're digging into today. 4 bedtime habits you'll want to steer clear of after 70 to keep your nights safe and your days full of life. You don't need to overhaul everything or lose sleep over it, pun intended. Just tweak a few things to rest easier and wake up refreshed. In this video, I'll walk you through some common slip-ups that might be quietly chipping away at your well-being, and we'll figure out how to swap them for habits that lift you up instead. So, grab a cozy spot and let's talk about sleeping smart. First up, let's think about what's on your plate or in your glass right before you hit the hay. Eating a big heavy meal or sipping something boozy late at night might feel like a treat, but it can turn your sleep into a battleground. I used to love a late night sandwich, ham and cheese the works, thinking it'd settle me down. But I'd wake up feeling sluggish, like my body spent all night wrestling with it instead of resting. Same goes for that glass of wine I'd pour to unwind. It'd knock me out at first, but then I'd be wide awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling. The trick here is to keep it light and early. Finish eating or drinking anything heavy at least 2 or 3 hours before bed. I switch to a small bowl of oatmeal or a banana if I'm peckish, and it's like my stomach says, "Thanks, I can handle this." If you're craving something warm, try a little herbal tea. Chamomile's my go-to. It's gentle and doesn't leave me tossing. It's not about denying yourself. It's about giving your body a break so it can focus on sleep, not digestion or bouncing back from a buzz. You'll feel the difference when you wake up lighter, not bogged down. Now, while we're talking about winding down, let's think about what's lighting up your room or your eyes before bed. Staring at screens, whether it's your phone, TV, or tablet, might seem like a harmless way to relax, but that blue glow is like a secret signal telling your brain it's still daytime. I used to scroll through news or watch late-night reruns thinking it'd tire me out. Instead, I'd lie there, mind racing, wondering why I couldn't drift off. Turns out, that light tricks your system into staying alert when it should be slowing down. So I started ditching the screens about an hour before bed, swapped them for a good book or some soft music. At first, it felt strange, like I was missing out, but now it's like a little ritual that tells my brain, time to rest. If you can't cut it out completely, try dimming the brightness or using those night mode settings. Anything to ease that harsh light. It's like turning down the volume on the day, letting your mind settle into the quiet it needs. You'll be amazed how much easier it is to slip into sleep when your eyes aren't buzzing from a screen. And since we're on this roll of calming things down, let's talk about how you're moving or not moving before bed. Overdoing it with late-night activity, like a big cleaning spree or a frantic catch-up on chores, might feel productive, but it can rev you up when you should be winding down. I used to think, oh, I'll just vacuum quick, or I'd pace around worrying about tomorrow's plans, and then I'd climb into bed feeling like I'd run a marathon, heart-thumping, head-spinning. It's not restful, it's the opposite. Instead, try keeping things gentle in that last hour. Maybe a slow stretch or a quiet sit with a cup of that tea we mentioned. I started doing a little routine where I'd stretch my arms and legs. Nothing fancy, just enough to ease out the day's kinks. It's like telling your body, we're done running around now. If you've got energy to burn, save it for earlier, maybe a walk after dinner, and let bedtime be about peace, not hustle. It's a small shift that can make your nights smoother and your mornings brighter. And that's what we're aiming for as we keep this going. So, we've been chatting about how to keep your nights safe and restful after 70, steering clear of heavy late-night meals or drinks, putting those screens to bed before you do, and easing up on the bustle right before sleep. It's like we're setting the stage for a good night, not just hoping it happens. And that feels pretty empowering, doesn't it? You're not just tossing and turning, you're taking charge of your rest so you can wake up ready to enjoy your days. Let's keep this flow going and dive into one more bedtime habit to avoid, building on that peace we're crafting. Now let's think about what's weighing on your mind as you climb into bed. Carrying stress or worries right up to the pillow can turn your sleep into a battle you don't need. I used to lie there replaying the day. Did I forget to call someone? Is the car due for a check? What's tomorrow going to throw at me? It's like my brain decided bedtime was the perfect moment for a worry party, and I'd wake up feeling like I hadn't rested at all. After 70, life's got enough on its plate without letting those thoughts rob you of a good night. The way around this is to offload that mental load before you even hit the sheets. I started keeping a little notepad by the couch, not in the bedroom, mind you, so it's not the last thing I see. And I jot down anything nagging me, like check the mailbox or call about that bill. It's quick, messy, and it works. Once it's on paper, it's not spinning in my head. If writing's not your thing, try a few minutes of calm breathing. Slow in, slow out, like you're letting the day drift away. I picked this up after a restless stretch, and it's like telling my worries, you're done for now. It's not about solving everything, it's about giving your mind permission to rest, and that can make all the difference when your head hits the pillow. And while we're talking about clearing the slate, let's think about how these habits tie together. Skipping that big meal or glass of wine means your body's not churning away when it should be relaxing, and ditching the screen keeps your brain from buzzing like it's noon. Easing up on late activity stops that physical rush, and now letting go of stress keeps your mind from running laps. It's like each step is a little gift to yourself, setting you up for a night that's calm and kind. I've noticed it myself. When I started eating lighter and scribbling down my to-dos, I wasn't just sleeping. I was waking up with a clearer head, not dragging through the morning. It's funny how these small shifts can feel so big, isn't it? You're not fighting sleep anymore. You're inviting it in. I used to think a restless night was just part of getting older, but after tweaking these things, I'm out like a light most nights, and the days feel brighter for it. Take that heavy meal. I swapped it for a handful of almonds one night, and paired with a few breaths to let go of the day's fuss. It was like my whole system sighed in relief. It's not about perfection, it's about what works for you. And once you find that groove, it's like your sleep becomes a friend again. There's something reassuring about knowing you've got this in your hands too. After hearing about that 73-year-old man, it's natural to wonder what we can do differently, not out of worry, but out of care for ourselves. These little avoidances, nothing late and heavy, no glowing screens, no last-minute rush, no stress parade, add up to nights that support you, not sap you. I've found that when I keep my evenings gentle, it's like I'm giving myself a better shot at waking up ready to take on whatever's next, whether it's a quiet coffee or a busy day out. So, with these pieces coming together, you're already building a bedtime that's more about rest and less about risk. It's like tuning an old radio. Each tweak gets you closer to that clear signal where sleep comes easy and stays sweet. Let's keep this going and tie it all up with some final thoughts to keep your nights golden. So we've been having this heartfelt talk about keeping your nights safe and sound after 70, steering clear of late, heavy meals or drinks, turning off those pesky screens, easing up on the hustle before bed, and letting go of stress so it doesn't follow you to sleep. It's like we're crafting a little bedtime ritual that wraps you up in calm, not chaos, and that feels pretty good, doesn't it? You're not just lying there hoping for rest. You're setting yourself up to wake up strong and ready for whatever the day brings. Let's tie this all together with some final thoughts to keep your sleep golden and your spirit high. What's really sticking with me is how these shifts don't just help you dodge trouble, they lift you up. Take that habit of avoiding big meals or a nightcap close to bed. I've found that a light snack like a few crackers and a sip of water instead leaves me drifting off without that heavy feeling. Pair that with shutting down my phone an hour early, and it's like my whole night softens. I used to think I needed that late TV glow to unwind, but swapping it for a few pages of a good mystery has me nodding off with a smile, not a buzz. It's not about giving things up. It's about trading them for something that works better. And that's a win worth celebrating. And then there's that business of keeping the evening gentle, no rushing around or letting worries pile up. I've gotten into this habit of stretching out my shoulders while the kettle's on, then scribbling down anything that's nagging me before I even head to the bedroom. It's nothing fancy, just a quick turn off the porch light or check the weather, but it's like clearing the deck so my mind can settle. I've noticed that when I skip the late night vacuuming and let those thoughts hit the paper, I'm not just sleeping deeper, I'm waking up with a little more pep, ready to enjoy my coffee instead of gulping it to catch up. It's amazing how these pieces fit, isn't it? A lighter evening means your body's not wrestling with food or drink when it should be resting, and no screens keep your brain from thinking it's still daytime. A calm pace stops that wired feeling, and offloading stress lets your head hit the pillow without a fight. Together, they're like a team working to keep your nights smooth and your mornings bright. I've felt it myself. After that story about the 73-year-old man got me thinking, I started making these changes, and now I'm not just resting, I'm waking up feeling like I've got my old spark back. There's a quiet power in knowing you can dodge those habits that might have tripped up someone else. It's not about dwelling on what happened to that man. It's about taking care of yourself so you can keep enjoying these years. I found that when I keep my bedtime simple, no late feasts, no glowing distractions, no rush, no worry, it's like I'm giving my body and mind a little thank you for all they've carried me through. And the payoff? Days where I'm not dragging, I'm living, whether that's pottering in the yard or just savoring the quiet with a grin. So with these 4 habits off your bedtime list, you're building something pretty special, a night that's all about rest, not risk. What do you think? Does any of this ring true for you? Have you ever caught yourself in a late night habit that threw you off, or found a trick that works wonders for your sleep? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. You folks always have the best ideas. And if this hit home, give the video a like. It's a sweet way to say we're in this together. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that button for more tips to keep you thriving. Here's to sleeping sound and waking up strong after 70, my friends. You've got this.